Right, so we're going to try something that I've not done in a long time. So I'm running kind of a bit bad at the moment. So what we're going to try and do is play completely blind. So it's taped over so we can't see anything. So what we're going to do is, we don't know what our cards is. It's 10NL. We're going to see if we can turn a profit without ever having a hand. That way we don't ever get coolered. With the like the last tournament we just played there, we had Jack 8 of spades on the button. Flop was Queen 10-9 with 2 spades. Guy just opened chips, King 4 of spades. So we call off obviously for like fucking 20x pot or something like that, you know. Even if he's got King Jack, he can't have King Jack of spades. Jack of spades are on the board. So we've always got a redraw even if we're dead, but no, just naked flush draw. Hard to hit when I've got 2 spades as well. So we're going to try and open under the button, under the gun here. So we're just doing 2.4x opens. I don't know anything about the table yet, I'm just going to see how they play. So we take down our first hand, which is nice. So we're in the big blind. We don't know anything about these players. They know that we've just raised one. So I do like to defend my big blind quite wide. So we're going to 3-bet the button here and then bet unfavourable textures. So when he calls pretty quickly, that's pretty alarming. He shouldn't have too much of this flop though. This shouldn't really hit me too much. So I think we do a big bet here. Nice. So he's going to have like a lot of Jack 10 suited, Jack Queen suited when he calls that quickly. So an opener a 3-bet, probably just folded aces, who knows. I don't know if you can actually see the cards here. I'm doing this on the stairs, I'll try and bring it a little bit closer. It's kind of awkward, is it? I was just steaming off a bit, so. So the king's taken down. It's worth noting this guy bluffed. I was looking at the screen so I didn't see what line he took. I'll go back and have a look at it in a second. If it falls to me, we'll be opening the button. We'll open almost every button. Okay, we take it down. We'll fold one just for game flow. I don't want to be too aggressive, because the last thing I want is everybody playing back at me on every hand that I play. So for that hand it was open 3-bet call, so he called ace 10 off to a 3-bet, went check, bet, he floated, open under the gun, we'll just leave this for now. So he floated the 3-bet, went check, and then he bluffs river with a call. So he just floated the backdoor flush draw. I don't know if I don't know about that size floating. Oh. So we're under the gun, we'll just fold. Once again, just for game flow. So the things I think about on this one is that obviously this button guy is playing a little bit looser. He's taking a few flops, he's wanting to mix it up a bit. So he's not the kind of player that I want to get in too many hands with. However, there is some spots where I can maybe rebluff off him, but they are narrow lines to take, obviously. And it'll be obviously a very polarised strategy that we're taking, where there's nothing merged, because we don't have a merge range, we just have a bluff range. I was going to say, if he opens, if he raises the blind here, I do defend blinds pretty wide as well. I feel like that's a weakness in the pool, where you can 3-bet a lot of blinds. And then I don't want to 3-bet this guy out of position, because he will float very wide, I think, obviously, as we've seen. If it folds to me, I'll be opening the button. I'll also be 3-betting the button, so we'll go just over 3x here. We get the fold. We'll just fold out the way on this one. I'm gonna try and avoid playing too many pots with this Demon God guy. He's in the small blind on this one. Okay, never mind. I was going to say I'll open this one because he's in the small blind. It's harder for him to play back effectively. And even if he 3-bets, we can float some of the time because I think it'll be fairly light some of the time. With that said, and there's a 3-bet. That's what I thought he would do if I opened. So he's went for the 3-bet squeeze, but it's a small squeeze size. He's went for 4x squeeze size. When there was a open and a call, I would expect more of 5, 6x. So it's went check, bet, call, and then check. So he's probably got something. What would he have here? Did he just have the ace queen? Queen 10. Pretty wide. So we won't do anything on this one. So yeah, that Demon God, the game's going to be pretty much playing around him at the moment. And I think our strategy will be to... we will defend against him some of the time. So again, if he opens... never mind, it just folds to me. I was going to say if he opens with 3-bet. I don't want to 3-bet the small blind too often here against this guy, but... and I've 3-bet him a few times, so we're just going to fold for a game flow again, just so it doesn't look like we're over-exploiting. I was going to say, if he opens, I'm tempted to 3-bet the button though, and play with him in position. We'll take the just over 3x size again. I expect him to call here. I expect him to play pretty wide on this flop as well. So I'm not going to be betting this flop. I'm actually going to check behind and then bluff favourable. So annoying. It's so annoying because this is a spot that I'd call down ace high, but obviously we don't know what we have, so I'm just going to play it passive and fold here. I think this is the kind of flop that this player just tries to represent though. Even if he completely bricks it, I think he just tries to represent it a lot. So I would be tempted to float ace high, then queen and king mainly turns. I'd probably be raising a lot in position. I don't expect him to open under the gun, float king high, and then just lead that flop. I think he usually has something in the vicinity a little bit closer, like Jack X or something like that. Okay, so this guy is opened a couple of times. We have 3-bet him a couple of times. We're going to 3-bet under the gun here. It's usually a pretty tight range that opens under the gun, obviously. But he's folding quite a bit to our 3-bets, which is fine. We'll just fold again. So right now we've got $1 profit. So we bought in for $10, we're at 11.11 at the moment. What we'll do as well is we'll go and have a look at the hand histories. We'll have a look at the hand history after this to see if how many nuts we folded, if any. So this guy hasn't done a whole lot. He hasn't done a whole lot. We can't call too often. We can squeeze some of the time, but we've squeezed quite a bit, so we'll just fold. you got like jacks. What does this? Like, what checks twice and then bets small for value? What I'm assuming is value, so the jacks, sixes probably go bigger. It'll be like jacks, maybe even eights. We won't 3-bet him again because we've been 3-betting him quite a lot, which is natural because we're on the left of him and he seems a bit reggish. I think we'd try for it again. This guy is the sort of guy that will play back. We've chose a slightly bigger size, mainly because I went to slide it down and I misclicked. So I wonder if he'll read into that size in a little bit. Okay, so this is the kind of flop we can bet small. We can just range bet this flop a lot. And then size up turns. I expect him to float a lot on the flop here, as evident by the ace-10 hand that he had. Okay, we just take it down. He just wanted to give up. He had the stone nothing. Maybe I read into the pre-flop sizing where it was a little bit bigger and it looked like it was for value. So a mistake that people make with sort of more active maniacal players, we'll just forward a few. A mistake that people make with maniacal players is thinking they're completely brainless. They're not. They know what their image is. They know what they're doing. So when people start sizing up value against them, a lot of the time they do notice if they're an active player that's, you know, just they're not necessarily spewing, they're not like punting, calling ace-5 offsuit like for an all-in or anything like that. They're trying to quote-unquote play intelligently, but they're v-pipping a lot. They know what their image is, so if you deviate with sizings, they generally notice that sort of thing, and they're aware of it. So sometimes if you're aware that they're aware of it, you can play into that a little bit. And they like to, players like that is good. Obviously we can't do it because we can't see our cards, but I think we float here actually. Instead of 3-betting him every time, I think we just float here. I expect him to check a lot on this flop and then we're going to size down, I think. We just range. Okay, when he bets small on this flop it's very strange. So I think we go for a small re-raise here in position. It's difficult to play against this sort of thing. The reason it's difficult is because I could have a set that just calls like 2s, 3s, 6s. I could have 2-3 suited. I could have 6-2, not so much. But I can definitely do this. I was going to say I can definitely do this with 5x as well. Like 5x of whatever, like 5-6 or something like that. I can do that with all these hands. But he can also have ace-5 in this spot. He can have some 5s too. But we take it down anyway. If he calls there, I give up on river a lot. I don't expect him to ever continue or float wide there, so when he continues there, I don't expect too many folds in the river. We've not 3-bet this guy in a while, but he's not done a lot. Okay, we'll open the button. We're going to be opening almost all buttons. Okay. I folded just because obviously what better an opportunity to play. We'll fold a few again just for image. Just for the length of the video, actually, what we'll do is I'll play until the button gets past me, because I'm slightly concerned about my phone storage space. I don't want to fold every one of those, so hopefully something comes up, a spot comes up in that time. So he's been pretty inactive and now he's 3-bet squeezing. I wouldn't be surprised if this went fold, call, bet, call, check, bet, jam. I wouldn't be surprised if the action went down like that. So there's the call. I expect a bet here, I expect a call. Well, that's a big bet actually, that's a pot bet. That changes it. I was going to say, if he range bets, I expect a call, and then I expect a check, and then I expect a bet, and then I expect him to jam the turn a lot. That's sort of a line that I would expect people to take against him a lot. I was going to say, he's feeling a little bit tilted here because he lost a pot, but it's going to be difficult to play. Okay, we'll just get out of the way then. I was going to say we might have done something creative there. So I'm expecting his size in here to be about 60. Okay, a check is very strange. What's he got, like ace jack of spades? Pocket nines. Just looking pocket nine-ish. You can bet nines for value here. It would have been a good bet if he had nines there. I don't know if he makes it though. So he's going to be feeling even more tilted that he's lost 2 pots in a row, so I'm not going to 3-bet on this one. If he opened on the button, I would have 3-bet. And he's aware that I've 3-bet 2 buttons in a row where it's been open, so I won't do it. I'll play a couple more hands because it's not a spot that I like. He's a little bit heated, and I've already 3-bet him twice off the button. The last time he just gave me respect and folded, so I don't want to get involved with that right now. Okay, he's got a lot of ASX when he checks back here. Just tens in. Wasn't the light open, so he'll be feeling a little less heated because he got one through. So if it folds me, I'll open. And hopefully this button doesn't do anything. I don't think he's played a hand since we've been here. I expect him to defend his big blind. Okay. I guess we just fold to the 3-bet. It's very difficult in these spots, like, so when you're doing this sort of thing, it's very difficult to defend appropriately against 3-bets. I mean, when you get 3-bet, your equity of your hand, the equity that you're going to have in a hand drops significantly when you get 3-bet, and that's when you can see the cards. It's difficult enough to play a 3-bet pot when you're not the aggressor. When you can actually play your hand properly, it would be impossible to do it while the cards are covered. So we are going to be overfolding to 3-bets, and obviously 4-bets. The hands that I would expect him to do that out of the big blind where is pretty wide though, down to about ace-9 suited. Ace-9 suited, Jack-10 suited, stuff like that. Jack-10 suited's okay to do it with, Ace-9 not so much. So obviously he's going to open to 30, we're just going to fold a big blind. We're going to make it look like we're net air. And then we get more respect when we actually do stuff, and since we're redlining it mainly, this guy's not played many pots. Do we ever 3-bet him here? No, probably not. As bet pacing, for some reason that felt faster, which is usually a little bit stronger for some reason. I know that seems really weak, but okay, so we've not 3-bet in a while. Okay, so it's a button open again. We've got every one of these through so far, apparently. Apart from this one. Tempted to 4-bet here. We have not 4-bet yet. Yay. Thank God we didn't have a completely ruined image so that we could get away with it. Probably had the worst blockers in the world. Hands like Jack-10 are usually pretty bad to 4-bet when you're 100 big blinds deep. The reason for it is because their 3-bet fold range and it involves a lot of Jacks and 10s, like maybe they have ace-10 suited, ace-jack suited or something like that, and they 3-bet out the big blind, but they don't necessarily want to play a 4-bet pot. We're going to open here, and kind of in game flow it looks okay to do this. We've mostly been folding this spot, so it looks okay to do this, I think. If he does wake up on the button here, though, I'm going to get out of the way. He's not been challenging anything. I expect some, I was going to say, resistance for the small blind. So the hands that he does this with is pocket pair heavy. It's also queens, some queens. Do we barrel this off? I think we can barrel this off some of the time. So we start small here. I expect some raises here out is like Queen X hands, but not this time. We'll just fold. Okay, so we have a button open at big blind 3-bet. He's betting range on this flop, so I expect a check bet. Check. I would expect a lot of checks out of the big blind here. I'm not saying they should, because they would have a lot of continues that they want to do. They would want to barrel off a lot of hands here, but in this pool, I expect a lot of checks and I expect a lot of range betting here, and that's exactly what is like sort of a downsize. And then if it checks, does he ever bluff this spot? I don't think so, because he quick called here. I don't expect a bluff to get through all that often, but yeah. And just do soft sit. Okay. I prefer, by the way, him barrel. We can't even play this spot. It's such nice odds, but we either squeeze or fold. But since he opened, I just don't expect it to get through. So we're gonna get out of the way. Obviously, in 4-way pots, there's not really any bluffing, so we can't really do anything. We're kind of handcuffed, even with a good price. It kind of just sucks. Obviously, I want to lift up the paper and have a look. Alright, so we'll play 2 more hands. We'll play this one and then the button. I don't think I'm going to 3-bet a short stack that's tilted, especially the active player. I'm assuming that he's going to be playing the next 2 hands, so I might not get a chance to play this. So when he's done nothing in any 3-bets and now he's coming out betting, I don't expect this to ever be a bluff. And if he opens under the gun, we're just going to fold here, and then we'll have a look at. Right, for our last hand, aces, come on. 6-5 offset, never mind. So we ended up with $3.55 profit, so we've got like a third of a stack profit, while obviously seeing our hand once. So let's have a look, out of curiosity. 4-5, queen deuce. Oh shit, we had a flush on this one. Oh, was that the one where everybody came in, was it? Was this the one that everybody called? Oh, it was as well. Oh shit. The one where everybody called, we would have had a flush.
Mom,
we would have flopped a flush draw. We would have either called or raised the flop. Calling's fine for this size, we're just getting such a good price. We would have turned a 2, we would have sized up, and I would have raised this spot if the action was the same. If I was in the hand, I would have raised here. I don't know what would have happened. We river a flush, and then he bets 2 and it folds. Okay. We had 8-9. We had king 5 on this hand. This is one of the ones that we opened. This was against the small blind, and they just folded. That's fine. Shit, we had kings. Damn it. We just folded kings to a single raise. Damn it. What was the action? Low board as well. Bets and takes it. Okay. Oh, we 3-bet it. Oh, look at that. We 3-bet ace. No, we didn't. We just opened ace deuce. Oh, we 4-bet the ace deuce. It wasn't a bad 4-bet hand. Actually, 4-bet correctly almost. Okay. Get us. I think my daughter just banged her foot on the door. Oh, we had pocket 10s. We just open folded the pocket tens. Shit. Open folded king queen as well. Oh, we had ace jack. Oh, we actually won one. Is this one? Oh, this is. We opened the button with ace jack suited and we got it through. Reasonable play. Ace 4. Oh, we had the jack 9 offsuit on this one. What did we do here? Oh, that was the one where we rep to 5 with the jack 9 offsuit. Yeah. I don't know if I would have played that differently if I could see the cards, honestly. Queen 10 offsuit we had. What happened here? Oh, that was a 3-bet. We 3-bet the button. Check. Just a bet and take it. Nice. It wouldn't have been terrible to barrel that off. I did say that I might have barreled this hand off. If we barreled it off, I might even have got there, you never know. It would be nice to think we're bluffing and then actually the pot comes to us. It's like, oh fuck. Okay. King 10, I think we just opened and took that one. No, we 3-bet. We 3-bet the under the gun. It's not terrible either, King 10. Ace 10, it folded to us in the big blind, I think. Oh, we had pocket 10s. I'm assuming we just folded to a single raise or something. Yeah, we did. Fuck. The 7-10 offsuit, we opened the button and took it. Oh, we had top pair on this one that we won. Oh, this is one that we 3-bet big blind, called, and we sized up on the flop. Which actually isn't bad, we flopped top pair. Look at that. Thank God he didn't raise, I would have folded. And that's about it. Well, there we go. So there's some blind poker.